Oh, shit, fine hooligans. Walking Dead is back. It's Wednesday. Walking Dead Wednesday. Boo boo. Ow, hurt my finger on that one. This episode was entitled Squeeze and appropriately named. Listen, if you have claustrophobia and even just watching scenes of certain movies or shows can kind of like give you that feeling, this is gonna give you the feeling. So we're still dealing with Daryl and Aaron and Carol and Jerry, all the people that are still in the cave with Alpha's horde. It's them trying to get out of this labyrinth of underground tunnels, basically. Only problem is, the Whisperers basically know all the routes, and our heroes do not. Also, we have one of our members of our team is dead set on revenge. And when we have that with characters, they don't think about the well-being of others. They don't think about the dangers their actions can cause to others. They just think about getting their mission done and getting their revenge, which is where we see Carol right now. It's crazy to see where like Carol and Daryl's stories have gone, because in this episode it really does feel like Carol just can't deal with Henry's death and what Alpha's done to her. And Daryl is almost like pleading with her to, like, you know, step off the ledge, like come back with me, like, you know, like you don't have to do this. It's just, it was very sad to see. It really does feel like Daryl is just lost and he doesn't know what to say to Carol and like what to do and really like what she is gonna do, because she's not telling him anything, or and like they are almost becoming strangers in a way. And even with like Daryl and Connie, like he does care about her, but he cares about Carol as well, and they have all this time together. Like Daryl was out in the forest searching for Sophie for Carol. So it's hard too, because like, you know, he with Daryl, he's trying to be this leader and look out for everybody, but he feels like he has to keep his eyes on Carol because he doesn't know what she's gonna do. And it's when you care about somebody, whether it's Carol or Connie for Daryl, you don't want to see either of these people get into a position where they're gonna get hurt or anything. Like honestly, just them crawling out of the caves, it was so intense to watch them squeeze through everything. And then especially with Jerry. Oh my God, my heart sank. My heart sank when the big man got stuck. I thought they had him. And like, this is something that's actually, I don't know if it maybe just escapes my memory, but out of the entire series of The Walking Dead, if somebody's been surrounded by walkers or pinned, you usually hear them yelling, or they'll be like, help me, whatever. We've never heard somebody telling you what's happening to them as it's happening. Like with Jerry getting stuck and then him telling us like they're biting my feet, they have my leg. Like that in itself was just, I don't know, it was mi corazón. Now eventually they do make it out, but it's at the cost of Carol trying to get revenge on Alpha and damage the horde somehow. Through them going through these tunnels, came to like a really old mine shaft, and they found the dynamite sticks. While everybody's trying to get out, she disappeared back down the like tunnels to try and take out the horde, basically. Well, she almost killed herself in the process. Daryl had to save her, but even still, the little piece of dynamite she had put up there and she was gonna light fell and went boom. This causing a huge like eruption and just like basically an earthquake in the mine shafts in the caves. We lost 2 people. We lost Connie, which was even heartbreaking, because like when like Daryl realizes that her, and I believe it was Magna, didn't get out, he knows that he's not going to be able to dig down to them, but he starts moving stones and trying to get to them. It's just like he knows he can't get to them. An entire cave fell, but he's still trying, and it's just, that's who Daryl has always been. There might be everyone telling him it's not possible, like stop, but he will keep going until he just He can't anymore. And we've seen that throughout the whole show. Really, that's when season 10 started. That's where we saw him as far as like searching for Rick. He had distanced himself from everybody and just focused on trying to find Rick or any sign of him. And it was just, it's so heartbreaking to see Carol like begging Daryl to just finally tell, like say, like, I know I hurt you. My actions did this. You cared about her. I'm sorry. It's my fault. But like, just, you have to tell me this. And he couldn't, because he doesn't want to say all that to Carol. He doesn't want to put all that on her. He knows that she's dealing with enough right now. But at the same time, she needs him to open up again and like just put that on her. You know what I mean? It's just so sad to see. Now, with Miss Alpha and the Whisperers. Whoo! It's getting good, folks. She is definitely on to who is the spy in her camp. What's interesting is her leaning into Negan so much. And like, we do see this in the comics and everything. There is moments that lead up with Negan and Alpha. I don't want to spoil it for any folks that are watching the show. I don't know if that's going to play out on the show, to be honest. Well, I guess we'll have to see. In the trailer, I guess we've seen certain like little battles play out, and Alpha was at least present for some of them. So if it does happen, it might be later. I don't know. Either way, it's very interesting to see her leaning into Negan so much and everything. And just, I don't know. It's kind of, it feels like as dedicated as Beta is to this cause and to like all this other, like the Whisperer way of life, he is very blind to other things because he doesn't want to believe that anybody else would betray that cause or would stray away from it. Whereas with Negan coming in from an outside point of view and can just really look at things, and especially like coming from like, you know, being that former leader and all that, it's kind of easy to, or at least easier for him to see what's going on. I don't know. I am very excited for this season. In the trailers we saw, so I want to know what happens with Michonne, because in the trailers leading up, we see her with the cloak again. We see her with new pets again. That's a very interesting thing. Which corner am I on? I think this one, maybe this one. One of these corners, the unboxing for the Michonne and pets figures that I have. We're basically going to be seeing that again. Like with me, we see it in the trailers with Michonne in the cloak and the pets. Then at one point we see her looking in her eyes. She has this look of excitement, and she has Lucille, Negan's bat. I have two theories about this. One, she like something could happen, and she kind of loses it again. And in the process of losing that, she starts using Lucille against like the Whisperers and everything, especially if she finds out Negan's there. I could see her using Lucille against them and everything to kind of send messages to Negan. And maybe, I'm not saying this is what happens, maybe this look that we see from Michonne is when she has Negan on his knees in front of her. Maybe it's you know, from one of the battles, like she crossed paths with him, whatever it is. Ooh, it's interesting. The other possibility is it's just a dream thing. Maybe she's just thinking of like, what if, you know, it's the back to what we talked about in previous breakdowns or reviews, whatever. When Aaron says, you know, I can't help but feel like we're just the bad guys in somebody else's story. It could be her having a dream or thinking of it. What if she was the villain of somebody else's story? What if she was the Negan to somebody else's group? You know what I mean? So, it's very interesting, and I can't wait to see how it all unfolds. A lot of folks stopped watching Walking Dead, honestly, because like of one character's death or whatever. You folks are missing out. No, seriously, this is, like, honestly, season 10 has been so good. Angela Kang being in charge, like the showrunner now, you can definitely see a difference in the show, even as far as the way certain things are shot. And it's just, oh my goodness, it's so bueno. So bueno. I don't know. I'm enjoying it. I hope you folks are enjoying it. And if, like, I don't know, even if you're not like watching the show, but like you watch these to kind of like keep up to date with the show. I don't know, some people might, I'm not sure. I appreciate it either way. Oh, and I hope you enjoy the content. So, good hooligans. There's videos on the Patreon if you don't want to wait for them. There's merch. Those links are in the description. It's very exciting adventures to take. Yeah. There's going to be videos popping up. I'm going to make sure one of them be shown one. One will be one that YouTube recommends to you. And then in the middle, boop, you can subscribe to the channel. So boom. So now, mwah, mwah, mwah for you beautiful fat J's. My quack kids, freaks, and weirdos. For the love of everybody, keep being weird. I thank you.